live. Okay, so
podcast number 3.
So number 3, I've lost count already. All right, well, welcome, guys. Give you guys a little bit of a. Well, first of all, we're at the Icon warehouse. Decided to shoot. My good buddy Todd was gracious enough to let me use this area. So you hear background noise, you see people walking. We are doing a true live feed here. So. What I wanted to get into is I had a conversation earlier with my wife earlier this week, and she gave me this, I don't even think she meant to, but she has a great habit of making me think deep when she's not even on that, going down that path. And so we were talking about this certain person that she knows that just has really made some bad choices. And, she was concerned for this person and had some empathy for it, and I'm opinionated, so it's not hard to believe that I kind of just threw it out there, and my poor wife get to take that. And so I said, I really think that person's concept of themselves is really poor. Whether they think they're dumb or fat or any of those words we shouldn't call people, but most often do. It's a whole different problem when you have those issues for yourself. And so I popped off, not really thinking about what I was saying. Is it sounds like she got a mental Botox issue. Now, for some of you may not understand what Botox is, and I know I don't claim to be a doctor, but I know enough about it to know that Botox is a type of mild poison that people inject into their face or various areas to get rid of wrinkles or beauty defects, whatever they view as negative. I know a lot of people do it around their eyes to get rid of crow's feet or whatever. I don't. That's why I look the way I do. But the thing about it is it's a mild poison that freezes your muscles and plumps up your skin there, but it can also cause lack of feeling. You lose your feeling in your muscle. If you ever see some of those people that smile and they don't move from like the cheekbones up, it's probably because they've had Botox or similar types of things done to try to help preserve their youthful look. But it's a whole different thing what I meant with the Botox mindset. And what it is people's concepts and their thoughts of themselves are really poor. And so in the day of Insta fame and fake gurus and all the things that we see out there, it's that they inject crap into their life to make themselves think they appear better. So, the old beef, so to speak, is, let's have problems with the person, that person's horrible and this person's horrible. And I mean, we see it in politics, we see it in everyday life, we see it on social media. Let's live the comparison so we don't look so bad, or let's have something so horrible happen to us so we have this, we look innocent, we look. And the real problem is it doesn't matter. You're overcompensating for something that people may not see anyway. Lots of times people put these things in their life. They do these things so that they don't have to really rectify and get real with themselves. And that's a large part of the problem. If people don't want to get real with themselves, lots of times they're a lot harder on themselves than they are even, what people would say about them. But the fact of the matter is there's a ton of these people, and we see it every day. And pretty soon, those type of mindsets, if you run with that, will start to creep up on you. Well, maybe I'm not smart. Maybe I'm insecure. Maybe, those things will happen. And we find that it's an what's the word I'm looking for? Infectious. It's really infectious to see, let's keep up with the Joneses. Well, this person's got this, that person's got that. And suddenly you see you live in a life that you didn't even mean to live. And so that's kind of how this conversation with birth is. This person that my wife cares about, had a great thing going, had good people in her life, not the greatest upbringing, had some pretty absentee parents and things like that, but she let that fester and manifest to the point that she doubts herself and doubts the relationships and the things being done in life. And so that's where you have to understand that you have to be confident in yourself. And having that Botox mentality is more you overcompensating for what you believe, not what people see about you. We used to, and I know we've had this conversation, but we used to see the guys in high school and college, that little bitty short guys, right? And they'd have these monster jacked up trucks. I know they're in Dallas here, but they're a ton in Louisiana. And, I've never been accused of being a small guy. Unfortunately, I just never have had that privilege. But we look at them and go, yeah, they're overcompensating. The little bitty 5 foot tall guy has a 35 foot tall truck and these monster tires on it. And, I drive a big truck. I like them too. But you see guys that go above and beyond, right? And they take it to the nth degree because they're missing something. There's something in their life. They walk around like they're 10 foot tall when they're half that size because it's an insecurity that they're trying to overcompensate for. And it's a lot of what I call the Botox mentality or the Botox mindset. That's a lot of what that's about, is people overcompensating for what they have in their head that may not even be visible to other people, and so in order, look, you guys can have all the nice things and all that, but in order to ever love anybody else or help anybody else, you got to love yourself first. And if loving yourself means that you got to accept yourself and get over those issues, or you're not ever going to have a successful marriage or successful business partnerships or successful anything that requires anybody else, because you can't get over yourself and your own inadequacies that may not even be there. You have to be real. Some people are just the opposite way. They're so overconfident that they need to be real with themselves and get down to what your real core capabilities are, and then the gifts that God gave you. Those are the things to focus on, not whether I've got muscles like a bodybuilder, or got looks like Brad Pitt, or got the wealth of a Grant Cardone. I don't focus on those things. I focus on being the best Brandon I can be, being the best person. Am I the greatest at the looks and things like that? No, but I'm okay with that. That's not the route God had for me. So you have to be okay with yourself, accept yourself, then you'll love yourself, then you can help other people. That's really kind of my rant for today. I know it's short. I've got several other podcasts going today and several other things going. So, Richard, you got anything to add to that?
No.
No.
It's I know I've got something on a different topic we're going to save for another podcast, but
yeah, no, that's going to be, this is the calm version. That's calm before the storm. This next one will be good. So we're going to cut it short. Guys, if you like what you're seeing and hearing, go subscribe, hit like, share it out with people. It's free. We don't get paid for it, and more time to get it. So go out and share it. Have it brighten or challenge somebody else's day, and we'll see you next time.